Welcome back to the best series on the internet. We have the ESPN Fantasy Team of the Week. This was the highest scoring team that you could have had in fantasy in Week 15 of the NFL. Starting off with your quarterback, if you had Josh Allen for the fourth time this season, he has made the list with a 41.28 point week. Absolutely pummeled the Lions defense that has been one of the best in the league. Definitely did not expect to see him on this list this week, but when he's averaging 24.5 points, it makes a little more sense. At your running back one spot, if you had James Conner, he's been having himself a decent season and capped it off this week with a 30.8 point week. He has provided a lot for this Cardinals team that actually has a chance at winning their division this year. At your running back two spot, if you had Jahmyr Gibbs, he had a 28.4 point week. Did very good against the Bills defense this week, but when your team gives up 48 points to the other team, it's not going to matter that much. At your wide receiver one spot, if you had Davante Adams, 42.8 was the number of points he had this week, and I'm also pretty sure is his age. He's now the 13th ranked wide receiver in the game and will probably go up from there. At your wide receiver two spot, if you had Amon-Ra St. Brown, he scored 37.3 points this week. Once again, a good offensive outing by a Lions player. However, as I said earlier, the defense giving up 48 points. It's not going to matter that much. At your tight end spot, if you had Jonnu Smith, he is somehow now the fourth ranked tight end in the entire game of fantasy with a 19.8 point week this week. I'm pretty sure he's on the waivers in most of my leagues, but he has been having himself a pretty good season and had his best game this week to get his first appearance on this list. At your flex spot, you should have had Mike Evans. As soon as he saw that his 1,000-yard receiving season was in danger, he came through with a 36.9 point fantasy week and is now back on track to hit 1,000 yards. This is his second appearance on this list this year, and he is now the 17th ranked wide receiver in all of fantasy. At your defense, you should have had the Kansas City Chiefs because they had 21 points in their first appearance on this list this year. Now the 11th ranked defense getting hot at the right time for the Chiefs. And finally, at your kicker spot, if you had Chase McLaughlin, the Illinois alum, he scored 18 fantasy points in his second appearance on this list this year. He's now the 5th ranked kicker in fantasy and probably the best athlete to come out of Illinois since Billy the Gun. In total, if you had all of these guys on your team, they would have put up 276.28 points, an unthinkable score by any regular means. And if you had this team, you would have beat any other group of players in the league. For example, the average winning team this week would have had about 140 points, and this team would have beat that by 136. But did you have any of these guys on your team? Tell me down in the comments below, and be sure to check out some of these other videos on your screen now.